Okay. Could you state your name again for me?
Johan.
Thank you. And then could you just give me a little bit of detail, like you were just giving me, about what the organization does?
So we're Kommetijie, and every Sunday we feed between 100 and 150 homeless people on the streets of Rondebosch.
Lovely. And then could you describe a little bit about specifically your job and like what you do here?
So I have done several tasks over the course of my involvement. I've helped cook the food the night before. I've helped at the serving part of the operation. I've also helped with the coffee, and I've also helped at the clothing sale that we run.
Amazing. And then like specifically, what are some tips or pieces of advice that you'd like to give to someone who's thinking of doing a similar or like just a project in the food distribution?
Great. So I think the first thing is that you need to have a list of people available quite long in advance, that there's consistency in terms of the provision, so that you don't get jump scared and someone has to do it on very short notice. Then you need reliable and affordable supplies. So make sure that if you need any cutlery, any bowls, any things like that, that you rather source around and try to get it as affordable as possible, rather than try to just get the first place you go to, because very often that isn't the most economical way about going about things. And then lastly, be economical with what you decide to cook. It's a lot better to feed more people, and you need to choose recipes that allow you to do that, instead of you choosing recipes that contain a lot of expensive ingredients, and then you end up feeding less people with that.
You just state your name for the recording. Sorry.
Okay, my name is Wayne.
Lovely. Okay. And then could you like just briefly describe? Obviously, I know what your organization is, but just for the video, like what the organization does.
Okay, so what we do is we basically try and cook restaurant quality meals and then have it delivered to your door, from which we were doing at home. It was a concept that we came up with in lockdown and COVID.
Yeah.
You know, when people weren't allowed to go to restaurants and everything was closed. I saw a gap in the market to, obviously being a chef by trade, I've been working in restaurants my entire life. I thought that I saw a gap in the market to start doing, restaurant quality meals delivered to your door.
Right.
Yeah.
Lovely. Awesome. Yeah, and then I know that like you started this, but are you working with other people in the organization? Like what is going on?
Well, see, I was working in Camps Bay as a head chef in a very, very big restaurant, getting like a beautiful big salary, and COVID came and that kind of like a lot of people lost their jobs and a lot of people unfortunately lost their work, and I was one of those people. And with that happening, I saw a gap in the market to do this home cooked meals delivered to your door from home. So that's what I started doing, and eventually, I started off with just myself doing the purchasing, the recipes, the cooking, the prepping, the ordering, and the delivering, all by myself. And eventually it got too much for me to do. So as I started expanding very, very quickly.
Right, yeah.
And eventually we had about 6 staff towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
I had 2 drivers, I had 3 kitchen staff.
Wow, yeah. And was it all working out of your own personal kitchen, or did you hire one?
Yeah, we first started off at a house in the Villiers Road, which had a very small kitchen. The kitchen was only 3 meters, about 3 meters. So
right.
Very, very small kitchen. And then the business got too big for that little kitchen. It was too big for us to run out of that little kitchen. So we moved into a bigger house, and luckily the business allowed us to do that, gave us the financial freedom to move into a bigger house. And in the bigger house, there was a double garage. So what we did was the double garage, we opened it up, we cleaned it out, we high pressure washed the whole place out. We painted it, we tiled where we needed to, and then we moved our kitchen into there.